Hi, old beaver! Away!
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to ETF2L's Season 14 Highlander, brought to you by KritzKast. Feels like forever since the group stages, but it's finally here, the semi-finals of what I think is safe to say one of the closest European Highlander seasons we've seen for a long time. On one side, making their debut Prem playoff match, is the veteran powerhouse known as Feila eSports. Joan and his team will be under immense pressure tonight, hoping not to just debut in the semi-finals, but also to have a punch at reaching their first grand final spot. Joining them in the 9v9 arena is two-time Premiership winner SDCK. And after holding the crown firmly for the past two seasons, they seem to have slipped slightly in the group stages, meaning they'll have to prove themselves for the opportunity to secure their title for the third season in a row. My name is Chando. We've got our latest addition on the production team, Foppish, will be behind the scenes today, so big shout out to him. Joining me is the spy superstar himself, Mr. Domaytoe. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure this could be one of the most intense, important matches we've seen in a long time. What do you think about that?
Good evening. Really happy to be here. Yeah, to go straight on that question, it will definitely be the closest Highlander match we had this year. I can tell you that much. But it will definitely be a very close one. And I think we're actually going live quite soon into the game, so I wouldn't actually lose maybe not that much time with the rosters. We can do the rosters later though. We can quickly go over the tables. Like, we have these two teams obviously having to play in the semifinals, and then the winner of that progresses to the grand final. And yeah, whatever, like, we know who plays. We can do rosters easy. Also predictions. First prediction, go on. Chando, who's your prediction? Just team. I just want to hear your team name right now.
Right now, I'm gonna go for the underdogs and say that Feila eSports. They had a really good game.
Take Feila.
Well, I'm taking Feila. We can both take Feila. I'm gonna just at least for Coalplant, I think Feila have got a very good chance because I'm pretty sure they did a very good job against being strong opinions on Coalplant, if I'm not mistaken, and I think that's going to impact their performance on this game as well. They seem to have some good strategy based around it. I believe the next map's Steel as well. I think they've done really well on Steel in the group stages as well. And from what I've seen in their scrims and stuff like that, they've been very good on that map as well. So two very strong maps for them. And upwards, it could definitely go either way. SDCK, a team that's got insane synergy. They're definitely not a force to be reckoned with. So I mean, I'm going to say Coalplant. It's going to be close. I think Feila may be able to take it. Steel, again, is going to be close. But if it does go to upward, I think SDCK will have the edge.
Okay. Anyway, so you go with Feila, I go with SDCK. And you know why I didn't like SDCK already? If people looked at... I mean, you just gave us the map rundown. And just relating to this, Burn's comment was ban product, which is the first reason why I'm not that tend towards SDCK for this match. But after this, they picked Coalplant, and Coalplant is maybe not the most popular map in this current scenario. As okay, I go with SDCK rundown, and people will be surprised because we actually have three different players. Like, they have three not mains in a semi-grand final in Prem. So, because we do not actually have May on Scout, we have Finnish Scout and I61 represent. I still remember that, Credo. I asked you 3 times for your name, but now I remember it, and it's Credo on the Scout class. Jackie Lex on Soldier. Gardenfungus, UGC admin playing in ETF2L. Big drama, but Gardenfungus, really old school player. The thing is, I say they bring in mercs, but I can already, or subs, I can already spoil out that much. This won't be so much of a downgrade. Like, they got really, really good subs in. On demo, we have Elaku. Like, Elaku has been pounding so hard in sixes. I think he even got debut or something of the season. Something.
Also, demo man of the season, I think, as well as debut. So, I mean, yeah, he's really stepped up big time. Very, very strong player indeed.
Then, Justice. Justice played back in season 7 or something, heavy for Feila, so now he's playing heavy against Feila, and Justice is so strong on every class, it's absolutely ridiculous, but on Heavy is also just so good. And then Clark on Engineer, Clark of the season. So that meme is done now, and Sprayer on Medic, I absolutely love watching Sprayer. This will be very interesting. And also, again, I do not actually see the Mediguns. I don't have this overlay working for me, but it doesn't matter. I only have to look at Feila, also you, Chando, because I think in like 5 years against playing like Sprayer or something, I've never seen Sprayer using crits so easy. Always Medigun. Then Burn on Sniper, and Granger on Spy. As we're actually going live, so Feila might want to wait for a bit as we go live on Coalplant, the very first map. And yeah, we'll just have a look at this interesting King of the Hill map that is, by the way, worse than Product S. Take us away with the first mid-fight, Chando.
Absolutely, and getting there first of all is Elikor. He's going to be putting out the sticky spam onto Feila's left side there. Jump over from Jackie Legs into the flank, and instantly middle getting taken down. First pick by Burn. Brilliant headshot to include the middle. It's going to give SDCK the edge on the flank there. However, he is getting backstabbed. Mezzo able to get the pick onto Burn. Jackie Legs as well going down. And yeah, so far it looks like Feila is just going to walk onto the point and take dominance there, as Cloudy gets the pick onto Credo as well. Garden Fungus and Granger both going down subsequently. And yeah, they're going to be able to take this first point here, and SDCK are going to have to back up a little bit. Medic's holding onto their Uber so far, so, you know, at this point, definitely in favour of Feila at the moment here. They are taking a lot of aggression. Instantly Uber actually comes out. However, Poker getting picked off there. Justice, however, going down in return. Both heavies down there. And yeah, I mean, currently not really much there, despite almost getting Joe. Elikor going down as well, along with Granger, is really going to give this, player-wise, it's going to go in favour of SDCK. They are just going to walk across the point, and they're going to secure it once again.
Yeah, like now SDCK actually taking the point, but Cloudy is literally just farming frags so hard, it's absolutely insane. But you could see the different approaches, by the way. I mean, currently SDCK are only like 4 up and they have bad respawn, so Feila can push this pretty easy. Garden just goes instantly down, and Justice is trapped completely alone under. He's really lit and will probably go down. But yeah, like you could see the Sprayer gets there, and Alak was like, Mezzo, please, I wanted to explain like mid-fight, but we're already so far in, but the Spy is just literally carrying. Now they have full Uber contingent and player contingent, Uber advantage. Justice actually survived in under with like 10 HP for, I don't know, 20 seconds. But yeah, you could see the different approach to the mid, because Joe and Joe and Co played on their left side, while the SDCK combo played on their right side. So different approaches to the mid. But currently it's ticking down, and Feila's. I mean, you said kind of underdogs, but you know, even with the Mercs coming in, like Feila looked strong here as Cloudy goes down though, and Clark kills Zamperoni. So big frags and big openings currently for SDCK.
Definitely potential there as middle goes down as well, so a good pick up. Jackie Legs however going down in return to Crayon then going down in return to Credo. So yeah, I mean, frags back and forth, but Feila's still going to be holding this midpoint. They are going to actually be using going very aggressively. Poker getting the pick onto Garden Fungus, and Burn going down to a nice pipe by Joe. They have actually lost their Uber now. Now the advantage is in Sprayer's favour, as they get ready for this now. They've just got to wait it out. Sprayer now on 80%, and Jackie Legs now getting onto that top position. They're getting ready to go in. Clark, however, getting picked off by Cloudy. Going to make a huge difference as they start pushing in. However, Poker and Justice both going down. Zamperoni going down to Jackie Legs as well. And yeah, they're going to be able to take this. They don't actually even have to use there. However, Force comes out with some spam from including middle by the looks of things. Just as Sprayer was getting onto the point, they are going to have to use that Uber. Try and go a little bit aggressive, but make nothing of it. Now, Layla, with the 75%, about 60% Uber advantage, more than enough to make a repush off this. They're just going to be biding their time and getting all of their Uber ready and getting all their players into good position. Creedy going down, traded by middle as well. But yeah, it's not going to stop them. They want to get this aggression in. Joe, you can see going very aggressive. Burn getting picked off. Well, that's a huge pick. And yeah, I mean, the Sentry as well going down. They're going to be able to take this, probably without having to use Uber as well. So that's brilliant. But the bomb comes in from Jackie Legs. Reflected by Stronate. He goes down, but that's not going to be enough. And the bomb as well from Elikor finally gets the Uber off. They sacrifice 2 players. They've already got the point there. It's still looking very good, as so many players have gone down to the side of SDCK there. Despite that, Sprayer now almost having that Uber, and it looks like they might be able to repush this.
The Feila flank just got memed by a mini sentry, by a wrangled mini sentry from main for a minute, and you could actually see that it makes a difference that Elacore and Justice were a bit off, like they could have trashed Feila combo so often, so strongly. Currently, like good push coming in. I feel like Spray had to flash a bit too many players because they're actually like getting the big chase. I mean, they got Credo in, but Credo instantly went weak, and they only got 4 frags with it. But Credo is on spawn, and he kills Layla. Okay, sit down, I guess. Granger also gets poke out, so they are looking a bit stronger here, SDCK. But what I wanted to say, the combo didn't seem as together as they might have maybe with Sandburn, so I can see that. But yeah, in essence, it's still 1 minute in the favor of Feila Chando, so we can see what they can make happen. I mean, Spray is still sitting on 40%, but there's an opening.
Definitely, yeah. Spray actually going down to middle as well. Good bomb by him, takes him down. And yeah, they're able to start getting some frags in. Granger as well going down those pit classes. So they're almost free to walk across here. Clark doing a lot of work with the sentry, takes down Joan, however. That's a huge pick actually when they're trying to go in there. And yeah, I mean, Layla getting taken down by Jackie Legs as well. Just a complete failure of a push there. Cloudy making the best of it, taking down Justice as well. Jackie Legs going down. They might be able to secure this point. They do indeed, but at the expense of both their, their entire combo had to go down to do that. And that was just some very questionable, well, it was actually more likely some very, very good plays by SDCK.
A very good plays by a Wrangled mini sentry gun. I would Spray gets instantly stabbed again. I know, was it? Yeah, Spray goes down to the spy there, and currently just Feila getting fragged to SDCK actually going back into this fight as Layla's in a 5-second respawn as they still can, and Cloudy gets taken down, but Sprayer is like uber advantage now. Actually SDCK are sitting a bit more comfortable now because of this interesting passage of play. You said SDCK players stepped up, and the main aspect in that was the mini sentry, because the combo didn't actually walk on the point. They got spammed out by a mini sentry, and then the soldier jumped in behind. But Mezu is making his way into the right side right now. They want to, it's like the last, they can't actually wait for the Uber because SDCK looks strong, and Joe goes down. It's big pick, Chando.
Huge pick indeed there. I mean, and finally Credo and Burn both getting picked off as well. That might give an opportunity for Feila to be pushing in. Zamperoni leading the charge there, starting to get some time on point. Middle going in very deep. Actually managed to take down Sprayer. Justice as well going down. Loads of picks. Clark taking down Strano. That mini sentry is an absolute beast today. But Jones is going to be the one who's actually staying alive there. He's putting out good damage in the air. He's going to get on and secure the first round along with this help of his spy and his soldier. Brilliant aggression from middle there. Able to take down Sprayer. That almost basically finalized, I would say, that first round for them. And yeah, I mean, just great flank work from Feila, but also great sentry work from Clark there. I mean, he is doing so much with so little in many ways. So yeah, real props to him. As we go on to the second round now, Demos taking a slightly more passive approach here. Joe's pretty famous for just going balls to the walls aggressive on these mid fights, but he's backed off a little bit there. Gonna wait for his heavy to show up. And yeah, Poker is going to be able to take down Justice. Granger and Jackie Legs both going down.
Complete combo of SDCK, just stayed passive, got kills. I mean, yeah, Feila are actually doing well. They're capping this midpoint, but what I wanted to say before, they kind of gave up a 1.5 minute time lead. I mean, they got the first round, that's really good for them, but the problem is I feel like SDCK will probably get better as the game progresses, because you said the flank is doing really well for Feila. I feel the combo is maybe not doing that well, as Strano already like down, weakening the combo a bit, but you know, like, ooh, Cloudy as well, like there's the opening for the Uber as Sprayer, and Sprayer actually drops Elacore. See, like, that's what I mean with the combo coordination. He just jumps in a bit too far and then gets killed, and now they have a way better Uber, and Sprayer's in the air. No, the air pipe is so close to the dream. But yeah, whatever. Still in Feila's favor at the point, but they're pushing on the point right now, SDCK.
Absolutely, they want to take further as well. Poker's gonna, looks like he's gonna get caught. He actually managed to pick off Justice before going down to Elacore, but yeah, no, they are gonna have to back out. Layla held on to her life, and that's gonna result in an equal Uber more or less. I mean, yeah, I mean, they're playing very aggressive SDCK. Elacore especially doing a lot of bombs and stuff like that, and it is questionable to be honest, because it is coming at a sacrifice of a good core combo, but he is able to take down Joan. Clark and Granger both going down as well, but Granger, before he'd go down, able to
watch
Ambassador down. Layla give Sprayer a huge sigh of relief as he comes into this now with 80% Uber advantage. They're Strano as well going down. They've got to stop feeding these frags. They're able to pick off Creedy, but it's not going to be enough.
Was suicide wave. Layla was down as well. Like Sprayer has full advantage. They needed the suicide wave. Like that's why I said watch under that. Went to under and had oh, Sprayer goes down. Okay, So you send in 5 players and they don't get the medic pick, so you just send in Joe alone and he gets the medic pick, so I guess that works. Jackie also gets absolutely annihilated by his Chando reflex there. Now they can literally go aggressive without having to use anything. As the Pyro, easy frags for him, just WM and once into everything, but Credo might know Credo's backing out again as Feila go down with the cap point, but currently 40% advantage to Layla. As can they kill a scout? Yes, he gets punched to the ground, into the ground. You are concrete now, my friend. And yeah, still Layla with 40% advantage and slowly getting on the time stakes a bit ahead again, but it's still equal as SDCK are coming in at the right side right now.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, Layla getting into 85% now. Both teams just playing back a little bit. Granger going ready for the stab, but he's getting ready for it. You can see him getting into position. But Mezzo as well, able to get some very important picks. Taking out Clark, Eloquor and Justice both going down as well. Uber's going to be exchanged from Feila, and yeah, pretty decent. It did a lot of area denial, but now it came at the cost of their Uber advantage. Spray are now going to hold on to about 60-70%, which is going to be more than enough for them to do a full push here and potentially secure the point, but they are playing so well at the moment. And yeah, I mean, really just like such a good coordination from Feila is I think is what's winning. I mean, yeah, they got some good DM as Creed who goes down, Zamperoni with some insane shotgun aim, and they're looking ready to push back in. There they go, and Elicor's going to make that jump. I kept saying about it. He's finally, Sprayer's going to catch up and be able to flash him back in, and they're going to be able to push in. Actually, not getting that many frags. Zamperoni going down, but no, they actually didn't get that many frags at all. Most importantly, Layla surviving as well was a big deal. However, Cloudy and Middle both going down as well. So maybe when they've respawned, they can look at a repush from Layla. Actually, no, they want to go in straight away. Joe's leading the charge here. They're getting some ground, but it's going to be Garden Fungus doing a lot of work of denial. Justice going down. They're going to be able to walk across here, but look at Clark's Sentry. It's doing so much damage. However, Burn and Granger both going down. No pick classes to walk onto this point, and Strono, brilliant reflect, taking down Eloquor. Maybe he's not used to that Pyro strat as a Sixers player, and Sprayer as well going down. Middle is just absolutely crucifying that medic today. And yeah, they're going to be able to take it once again and hold on to the point.
Yeah, currently Feila with a 50% advantage, and I said they might be looking a bit weaker, but actually they got their grip onto this. I actually played them with Toucans before as warm-up in as we got absolutely crushed, as Joe also gets absolutely crushed in mid-air by a headshot from Burn. And currently, what is Feila? Feila flank is walking alone into a heavy. They get some frags, but this was maybe not the best kind of play, because now you have players on a long respawn while Layla is charged. You see, now they push in with 3 players, absolutely not on the same wavelength there, and they've literally, they got ground with that, but they can't really afford this because SDCK now just kill them instantly and don't even like force overtime. They can just repush and have full Uber, but they're kind of slow here. Like, I don't know why they're so passive. It's again, I feel like they wait for the pink class Granger, they get the right step onto Joe. But Garden Fungus and Sprayer and Ella could just instantly melt away to a spy, and there we go, second round. Just because they're so slow, they kind of have this hesitation moment again. They could have done this, but yeah, you know, Feila going up 2-0. Pretty strong performance right now. Only one round to go, and like SDCK have to pull 3 rounds. I'm not convinced by this passage of play right now. And what I see is Joe is always the first onto mid. He's coming right now on the right side, instantly sticking off. But Eloquor was already out. But yeah, they kind of. Why is he not detonating? They would have all taken damage. It doesn't matter. Okay. They use fake nicks. Poker gets aggressive here, gets killed though. Burn gets stabbed and just goes down. But so decisive fight right now for SDCK. They just completely crushed them with the aggression, and they have to, because they have to win 3 rounds now, while Feila only have to win once.
I think they may well have realised that they need to be a little bit more aggressive to compete with Feila. They certainly have the DM. I mean, Elica's DM is just absolutely sublime, and I think if his team can follow up on that aggression, then they really have a better shot of this. And you can see that in the mid fight there. They went straight onto point there, and it worked in their favour, as Elica actually gets another pick onto Poker there. Garden Fungus going down to Cloudy, and now they want to push this back in. Feila not wasting any time. They just hopped onto the point. They actually baited the Uber out a little bit there. Layla is going to be safe. Tucked all the way back in lobby now. He's even getting back even further. She wants to get back into spawn. So I mean, they lost loads of players. Could even call it a suicide wave there. Layla got out alive, and they're going to hold on to now an equal Uber. I mean, that's better than having that advantage, and you know, but now you can see that aggression coming out from SDCK. They're holding all the way into lobby there, and it seems to be working quite well for them. Strane leading the charge into lobby almost by himself. He's just going to walk straight through, actually. No one's even noticed him. Joan getting sniped off, but and Burn taking the pick onto Cloudy, getting the pick onto Layla as well. Nice little chain snipe onto there. It's going to do a lot of damage to Feila's combo there. They're holding this pretty securely, getting the pick onto Zamperoni as well. He is unstoppable today, Burn, doing very well, seems to have stepped up. The last 2 rounds seem to have been going in favour of Cloudy in terms of DM, but Burn doing a lot of work this round actually, so say that. Getting that pick onto Burn there, and just going to give an opportunity for a push there. Joe wants to get in, but he gets caught out by some stickies. Strane going down as well. Now Layla's got to get back. She's falling weak. She manages to get out just in time. And yeah, I mean, they've really got to think about doing something. They've got to get their act together, Feila now, if they want to try and secure this round.
But I can already see what will probably also be a big factor. Middle is alone, and like he has good spam. He could have jumped there maybe, but this just enlightens my point. What I want to say now, they get forced by a Pyro because they get aggressive, and actually it's a good play because Layla is absolutely trapped out here. But Layla lives somehow, and Granger goes down, but easy frags for UGC. Garden Fungus just killing everything with an overpowered flamethrower, and like you see now SDCK stepped up so much their aggression. What I wanted to say is you can see that Feila have a plan to their suicide wave, but I feel like it's not working out as good as it could have, and we just saw that because Middle had no really good information on where this was, even though Mezzo was in the exact position to tell them that, as Layla actually gets taken down right now by Burn. So now they're still getting aggressive though, but Joe dies, so you see, they kept the point, but they end up with worse. They're not even capping the point, but they will try to do so now. Poker will, and now they will get bad respawns and all die by doing that. Or alternatively, you can just have your pick classes carrying. This also works, I guess, as SDCK only 3 up, but they're under quick respawn. If they're quick and don't have this hesitation moment, then they actually can cap the point. But yeah, like equal UOS right now, but SDCK have so much time advantage currently.
Certainly do, yeah. They have stepped up quite a lot, really getting that pick onto Cloudy there on the flank. And yeah, I mean, Feila playing very passive at the moment. You can see SDCK have that dominance when it comes to control of the map at the moment there, despite not having the point. And they are going to start walking across there, led by Elicor, putting out some good damage. Joan getting picked off by Burn. Strane going down as well. Poker as well as Crayon. Some good plays by Justice on Heavy. They're going to be able to walk this straight back in. Layla was able to get out alive. Still at an Uber disadvantage. And yeah, now they've only got 30 seconds left. They've really got to make a good push here. And I don't think, you know, I think it's the first time in this map that they've really had to think about how they're pushing. They've had that control of the map for the last 2 rounds. And now the tables have turned a little bit. But you know, they are going to get ready to push this back in. They don't have Jackie Legs or Granger to worry about, and they want to get wasting no time, getting straight in. Strane is going to be leading the charge there. Joan makes the jump in. Gets denied by Elicor, actually. From some nice stickies on roof there. Now they've just got to commit to the point at this point. They've got no other option. They're doing quite good at the moment. They weren't able to take down Sprayer, however he did use his Uber, but they are able to get it with only a second left. So, you know, now they've got control of the point. They've still got to hold it for another 2 minutes, and not in a particularly good situation regarding their Uber and regarding their, you know, the players that are alive at the moment.
Yeah, they can literally just, SDCK can now show what will be important for the rest of the match if they got their aggression right, but Burn gets the counter snipe onto Cloudy, so this already opens up in Granger. Goodbye, and goodbye Poker as well, and goodbye literally everyone, because pick classes exist on an open map, so you get absolutely crushed down to a Coal there, and Jack jump it from middle, but it doesn't matter anymore. Easy SDCK round, to be quite fair. Like, that's what I wanted to say. They are progressing as the game progresses. Basically, they are like getting better and stuff, and they're getting more stuff done with their pick classes. While I kind of struggle to see the Feila needs to step up their suicide and kind of flank work. They're looking decent on the combo, as both teams are actually again completely equal on the mid actually, and both sort of jumping on the exact same shed. Like, it's almost symmetrical right now. But you see again, first pick going on Credo, Burn, Clark as well. But I don't know, like the aggression is just there for Feila. I feel these mid fights are not actually representative of what happens afterwards, because it's just we walk 2 centimeters more forward and we got like two shots more in, and now as Feila are capping out the point, as Elako gets completely denied. But yeah, easy first mid fight for, well, not easy, that's unfair, but first mid fight one for Feila right now.
Now, late drop from Layla there is going to put them at some disadvantage. She's not up for another 7 seconds. Spray already at 20% now. They do have control of the point, as you said. Jackieleg's getting picked off by Cloudy. Nice little pick there, indeed. And taking down Clark as well. So doing a lot of work on that balcony area. Just holding down the point very well, in fact. Takes down Burn as well. A nice little 3k now. And yeah, I mean, he's kind of turned this around in many ways. Because now that's given them a chance to actually get their players back. And yeah, they're holding the point very well. Good spam from middle as well. And Poker on that aggressive little, holding that aggressive angle. It's going to do a lot of good for them. But they are starting to pull back a little bit. And SDCK notice this. They're pushing straight in. Poker getting stabbed. However, Jackieleg and Granger both going down as well. But they are still able to just edge cap. Garden Fungus just getting a lot of time on point. Yeah, they're able to actually take control of it. The crits comes out, in fact. Cloudy going down along with Joan. Nothing actually from the crits itself, but if nothing else, it acted as a diversion, allowing Creedy to push in and get a good pick onto Joan, I think it was, and Cloudy also going down there. So yeah, they're going to hold on to it. Layla, however, at 90% now, didn't manage to get the pick onto the medic. So I mean, now do you think that Feila are going to be in a better position to push it? I mean, they know that it's on crits, and they have that Uber. Do you think they're going to be ready to push this?
Oh, big jump from Jackieleg. Forced the Uber really early, really good play by him. Like leading a bit too much players forward, as also Garden gets taken down and stuff, but yeah, now I will get chastised to oblivion for eternity, because Sprayer was actually using crits, and I was like before, Sprayer never uses crits, but he did, and it didn't actually work out that well, considering how they actually played the Ubers before. They have a full advantage now with the crits, so let's see if we can stop their combo play and their crits play. And as one pointed out before, that Zamperoni is on the shed, and he jumped down before and shot Sprayer down to like 10 HP. Granger's in, doesn't get the kill though, but yeah. Sprayer gets bombed. Goodbye. Goodbye. Deleted out of the picture. What's it? A bomb? Yeah, it was. Okay. Chando, like, they're just being players right now, really. SDCK.
I think that crits just didn't really work out for them. I think they've got to accept that wasn't really the right call there. And I imagine that Sprayer will be changing off now. And yeah, so I mean, the crits didn't work out. I mean, Middle timed it so well. He knew exactly where the crits was coming out from, and he knew exactly where to bomb from. And yeah, just managing to get 2 good rockets onto there. Gonna hold on to that point now. Layla actually went down. I'm not sure who to, but that's going to give Sprayer a big advantage. Granger and Burn, however, both going down is going to give them a little bit more time just holding that point. They don't have to worry about pick classes now, so they can just turn their attention to area denial, and that's exactly what they're doing. Is Elikor gets fragged by Cloudy. That jump from Jackieleg, trying to put some damage onto Cloudy there. They know he's the main devastator at the moment. Joan getting taken down by Justice. Poker as well. Justice doing so much work in that aggression. Finally, Crayon's going to put him into the respawn queue, and Creedy now following up, trying to get some work done. Doesn't manage to get anything, but Cloudy managed to pick down Burn. It's going to be a pretty big deal there. And now Feila only have about 30 seconds. That's not a lot of time. If they can get one good push in from this, they can definitely secure this map. So they've really got to think of a good way. One problem I think I have is the fact that they keep pushing from the same angle. They're doing the same thing every time. It's becoming very repeatable. So if they can maybe mix up their pushing strategy a little bit, they might be in slightly better luck.
This time SDCK crushes the Feila combo with crits that actually worked this time. Sorry, but Layla still has full advantage, so that's that. But yeah, actually what Feila are doing quite well is holding right side and like allowing Cloudy to get so much freedom. I mean, Cloudy and Bezo right now like are doing so much as the Uber actually comes in from my end, but they can pick off these players maybe. They get a lot denied by the Heavy and by the Pyro, but the rest of SDCK also bleeds in a bit, and that actually just enables them to have that be a successful push. I mean, Sprayer got out, and they actually have some potential here right now, as Middle jumps all the way behind, realizing this, and he's on Sprayer, and Sprayer gets down. He probably raised his voice there a bit, because this was just really scary. Middle absolutely realizing what had to be done there, and Feila are definitely looking to like take this map. They have one last push, SDCK, as Credo just gets stabbed, so they don't actually have fast classes forward or something like that, so they just have to dry push into a huge wall of spam. Joe gets taken down by Granger though, so that might open up the thing, but the problem is they have to deny this now and they have to run forward, and well, okay, they die. Feila could have been a bit more aggressive there, I think, but Layla got out, so one last Uber, and Spray actually got it. I think Spray might be on crit still. Okay, he's building that really well. I thought quick fix or something, but yeah, Okay, now we see the last showdown probably, as we just have to watch from where Feila will push with the Uber against the crits. Let's see.
Absolutely, they certainly have the advantage at the moment with that Uber. They know exactly that when to push. They don't have to worry about it. The Chris does come out and he gets down Layla as well. I don't know why they didn't pop sooner. And Poker as well going down. So many picks going in favour of SDCK. Only Granger actually went down. Jones stayed alive. And there the bomb comes in, trying to make something of it. But Justice takes him down swiftly there. I did not expect Layla not to use that. I thought that was pretty much a one-sided victory for Feila at that point. But clearly not, as Sprayer held onto his life. He's crits there, but he's going to have that crit advantage. They can now play aggressively. If they can hold on to this crit and they can use it in the right way, because they're certainly doing quite well with Elikor, they can make something of it. The bomb from middle, Sprayer down very low, down to 50 health. 6 health in fact, just getting out by the skin of his teeth. And that's all he needs. They are going to be walking onto point now, but the stab onto Poker, onto Zamperoni as well, is going to pretty much defeat this. As Layla goes down as well, and now they're into overtime. And it's not going to be enough. The crits comes out onto Justice. He's doing so much denial, taking down the last stragglers of Feila as they try and get last claim onto the point, but it's not going to be enough. And Domaytoe, like, the crits finally worked. Do you think that was the best call for Sprayer? Because, you know, he seemed to be kind of like stubborn. I assumed he made the switch back to Uber, but he stayed on crits and it started to work out for them.
Sprayer is just incredible right now, I have to say. Like, I wanted to say it, I would say Sprayer is the MVP of the last 2 rounds and the reason SDCK won. Like, this mid-fight was just solely kept up by Feila players trying to kill Sprayer, and this is Coalplant. This is a nightmare for medic mains because they always have people constantly jumping in. And like, a lot of frags currently like exchanging a bit towards the point, but Sprayer is just so strongly always denying these people. He gets very weak, but they have 4 players suiciding for Sprayer and they're not actually getting Sprayer. And he gets out and they're all down and SDC get back off and then they repush with full health. Like, Sprayer is playing so strong right now, it's absolutely incredible. Like, I would say he's the MVP of the entire match currently. But yeah, like, now again, this forward hold. You see, that's what I wanted to say. Feila went like with the first pick as Joe, like they killed Joe so often, but Justice, you see, it was a bit off there, and I don't know if it actually will work out. I would say they need to back off, yeah, that's what they're doing. Smart play. But it is getting better and easier for SDCK as the game progresses. The Feila got the early lead, but okay, Elikor just gets absolutely melted right now. But yeah, I mean, Feila are coming forward now, so it's Uber against the crits. And let's see, SDCK do not want to fight this with their demo man, smart play. But yeah, SDCK will let them cap this, and they actually forced Uber. Strong play, I didn't actually see where that happened, Chando.
It was actually Jackie Legs came in for the bomb there and was able to get the frag onto, well, get the force, should I say, from Layla, which was more than enough. Middle comes in, tries to get the frag onto Burn. He's going to get out just surviving. Cleaned up by Justice. Yeah, and I mean, now they can go in for a repush. They probably don't even have to use that crits, and it's a good thing to have just like in your arsenal. You know, you want to go aggressive with that crits. You can constantly deny space. You can maybe get the pick onto the medic, and it's going to be a great way of just running down that timer. And it's really working in their favor. So in the Feila aren't really able to counter very well at crits, and we saw Layla dropping to a really good sticky in the last round. And yeah, now the crits, I do believe, came out there, took down Poker, finally used it. Feila's going to hold on with about 50% advantage now, so they can definitely get their Uber before Sprayer is able to get the crits again. So they could be looking at a repush fairly soon. Now Layla coming on to 75%, falling very weak, 50 health. And I don't really know what's happening there, but I mean, yeah, they're looking fairly strong. I mean, SDCK do have the dominant time at the moment, but they are looking at a push here. Layla now coming into 95%. They're going to get in. Yeah, they're wasting no time, using nice and early. Don't want to risk anything. Joe leading the charge there, but at this point, everyone's already backed out. It was only Clark that decided to stay in while he was wrangling his sentry. Everyone else is backed out, and they're going to be able to get the point, but they barely got any picks. They definitely didn't get the medic, which was, you know, the most important one. Now they've got to worry about that crits that's just come into play. So I mean, yeah, we could be seeing that very soon.
You still have to be aware that SDCK have 1 minute advantage. They can actually, like, Granger's trying. Joe was not actually looking at this by disrespectful. I mean, he was looking at the crits, I guess, but Burn also gets stabbed. So now SDCK are pushing this and they're actually capping, but they did use their crits for that. So if Layla actually hard builds here, Astrono kind of overextends there a bit, they can make this work, but SDCK again just realizing this. But Elakur is too aggressive a bit, like he was very lucky that he survived this Justice and Garden both go down, so the forward hold is greatly weakened right now. They could have done this, but now a little advantage for Layla. Clark goes down to a pen, goodbye, and Elakur as well, so should be easy recap for Feila right now as they just killed the players that were a bit too forward. Like, I feel these transition areas for SDCK might not be working out in the best right now, but yeah, Layla just caught. She has this Uber and she's not afraid to use it to defend this point, but no, Chando, 1 minute off. Like, Feila definitely need to pull a lot here.
Yeah, I mean, now at least they've got Uber and they've got secure the point. You know, that's something that they were struggling with before recently. So it's kind of difficult to. I mean, it was kind of difficult to actually hold on to the point when you were constantly worrying about that crits pushing you back off. So, you know, at least now they've got the Uber. Now the bombs come in. Double bomb gets the force, in fact. So they're going to have to try and do something off this. Really good bomb there. Really good synergy from Soldier and the demo. You actually get the Uber out there. Sprayer now with 100% crits. They're going to have to be really wary of that. I think the best thing to do in this case, if a crit comes out, you've just got to go into them. You've got to eliminate that threat, which is, you know, Sprayer. You deal with Sprayer, you can deal with the crits, and you can hold on to the point. And, you know, now with a minute left, they are closing that gap well. You know, at the same time, I think SDCK are biding their time. They're waiting for a good opportunity to push, and now is the perfect opportunity. And you can see, yeah, there they go. They are going straight out. Chris is getting ready to be played. There it comes. First sticky, denied by Strono very well. He's actually going to be staying there, just working on the denial. Doing a very good job.
Well, they critzed on a pyro. He was the only one to shoot because the Feila combo got absolutely passive, and now they're getting crushed for like not actually having like the courage to walk a bit more forward towards the point, because Feila just baited SDCK so hard there. Now they have full Uber, and they like this is so close actually. Like, this is the final 30 seconds, and Feila are looking definitely in favor here. They need to stop this aggression though from SDCK, which has worked out really well. But like good Uber management there from Layla, actually just scaring them off the point. His sprayer actually went down. Goodbye. He will definitely change to a quick fix or something like that. Like, oh, Feila looking so strong right now. Big upset as Mezo's just doing so much absolute work on this map right now as the final seconds, but they only have 3 players up, and wow, goodbye. Feila is taking this first fight, this first map. Burn picking Coalplant on the map page might have wanted to switch this up because Feila have been looking really strong on this map, just first map going down in their favor, and I don't think SDCK will be that happy with that, Chando.
Absolutely not. That's going to put them in a serious confidence knock, if nothing else, because, you know, I think, you know, they definitely came into this as the dominant team, 2-time champions previously, and now they are on the defensive, and Feila definitely holding this aggression. You know, they only need to win one more map, but, you know, keep in mind, guys, you know, you can, it's not too late for SDCK. There's a chance for 2 more maps now if SDCK can back the next map, which will be CP still. And yeah, that could go the way. You know, it's a very much a game of strategy rather than a game of DM when it comes to Steel. So you definitely, it's going to be, you know, which team can, you know, have the best synergy and the best sort of strategies that they can come up with there. So we've got a bit of time. We're going to go into the logs real quick, and I think we can get them up on the stream for you as well.
What will the first... did you already look at the logs? Did you already spoil yourself? What will be the top class? Come on.
Cloudy. 100%. I haven't looked yet, but I'm gonna guess Cloudy.
Yeah, of course. Okay. I wanted to say you have 2 pick classes and 2 flank classes to choose from, basically. But I didn't actually look at them myself. But yeah, because this is Coalplant, and this map is the most open map in the map pool, I guess. This is what happens. But you know what, I'm kind of surprised that Mezo is a bit down there, but look at the sniper frags, it's absolutely insane. Like, I wanted to say this the whole time, Mezo played so incredibly well on this map as well as Cloudy. Like, the 2 pick classes, of course, of the first 5 players, 4 are SDCK players, with Credo actually as a merc. Okay, it is Scout on Coalplant. We have to be quite fair at this, but he did do a lot. He got 12 scout picks. He just absolutely crushed the Crayon a bit there. kind of not that sharp in the 1v1 scenario. After that, Justice, Alaku, and Jackie Legs, like they're getting the frags, but what I wanted to say during the match, what you could see really well actually, Feila had their kind of play set with the right side, which is what they kept for the entire map and which worked out well for them. But SDCK adapted really well, which actually managed to almost take 3 rounds in a row. But Feila I felt like they kind of tumbled a bit over the victory line there. Like they kind of gave away a big advantage as SDCK adapted, and just again, it's basically pick classes, flank just to open up, but also the combo fight was very interesting to see. Maybe not so much on Feila, I have to be quite critical because Prayer just impressed me so much. I would still say he was like you only give MVP usually to pick classes, so I think Medic needs a bit love. So for me, definitely Sprayer was that, but it's entirely turned now. Well, not entirely, still same teams, but different map. Chando, Steel. Will they steal some points here again and maybe even wrap this up already?
Quite possibly. I've seen Feila play Steel quite a few times, and they've always impressed me in terms of their strategy. I think Joan, as a main caller, is very decisive, very quick, and I think that works
very
on
loud.
like Steel. Loud indeed, yes. Speak from experience, and I think you might do as well. Very, very good though at getting a strategy and getting his team to follow it just to the book. So I mean, and that's that kind of strategy, that kind of play style is going to favor a main caller like Joan. So fingers crossed. I'm supporting Feila, so fingers crossed it's going to be enough for them to take the victory here. But I mean, there's other important points. I think a big class, for example, is going to be the demo. You've got a huge damage potential, and if we look at the logs from the last game, won't linger on them too long, but Elikor in terms of DPM was I think it was almost twice the amount of Joan. Joan was hitting something like 320 or so, Elikor at about 560, so there's huge damage coming out from Elikor, and that could be enough to turn the tables for SDCK. Similarly, Justice was doing really well as well. I think there's no doubt that the combo of SDCK probably has the slight edge, and I think on a like Steel, the combo is very important. So likewise, the Soldier as well, Jackie Legs was doing really well. So I think the classes that SDCK are excelling in are the classes that are very important on a map like Steel, but at the same time, like Zine of Feila, they've got a very good shot at taking this up in 2 rounds.
The good thing also about Steel is, I mean, you're definitely correct. These classes are more tend towards to make plays, and this probably favors them a bit. But Steel is a map with a lot of strategy, and you can adapt, as in you can make the players and classes more important than they would on other maps, because you can. As everyone knows, this map is a bit too confusing for new players, but I've played some seasons, so people know how this map is played. You can kept the points really loosely, because you only have to cap E in the end to win. And maybe for SDCK, they're on the defense first, so that's that. But maybe SDCK will definitely go for their push. Which push is that, Chando? I give you it involves 2 vowels, and this is where the push goes. Usually, always. 90%.
Well, I mean, I think there's only one answer, and it's got to be AE. It's got to be AE. I think that Feila are pretty famous for it, actually, in many ways. My time playing with them, they love to do an AE push, and time casting any matches, he's always very quick to choose the AE option. Another strat I've seen him do from time to time is opt for do something like an A B to E, opens up a few more corridors and a few more and it pushes the enemy spawn back, so you don't have to worry about a pesky spawn that's sort of in the middle of you or of Feila and the E point, so you push them back a little bit. So I mean, and one other thing that I've seen them do, they fake an AE push, do a quick rotate onto B. I mean, this is fairly common stuff, but at the same time, it's stuff that I think really works for Feila. They're very good at mind games a lot of the time, and their rotations are pretty good as well. So they've definitely got potential to, make a huge variety of strategies. So
sometimes
about
they
to
get
going live now.
no, it's fine. Sometimes they get a bit too confused as well. I mean, you say, but when you don't actually know this precisely what you want to do, then it's obviously very hard for the enemy team to guess what you're going to do. I also wanted to point out, I meant SDCK do the AE push, but you're actually correct. And this is what Feila does as well. As Joe is checking every rock, but Granger is still lurking behind an A. I like this. I'm not actually the only useless spy who sits with a cloak and dagger and watches and calls. Do they go E or do they go drop down? But yeah, like drop down strategies as Jackie likes goodbye into the pit. He just wanted to get it off the chart to be the first in the pit, I guess. Oh, big step there on middle, freeze up the flank. I actually thought this was the medic going down, but Layla is currently almost getting blasted there. They get a bit of cap, but you see the early combo fight actually favoring SDCK there because they have free spam onto this point. Now the combo comes, but gets absolutely denied. Joe in the pit as well. Good night. And yeah, just SDCK winning. No, what? Yeah, SDCK winning. Never mind, sorry. I was confused there. Yeah, and currently the gun is getting spammed, but you know, first push failed, and this kind of puts you in a bad spot as Layla is just spawning right now.
Absolutely, it's going to give Sprayer an advantage. It was a very admirable push there. I think they had a lot of potential. They took a lot of space, but Justice is doing so much work. Actually, on the repush was able to take down I think it was Poker and someone else, and someone else falling into the pit. Layla just couldn't manage to get out in time. She got chased down by Credo there. They are going to be committing to a B push there. Justice and Burn both getting taken down. Joan and Strono in return, so they're going to have to back up and try and reevaluate their approach here. But so far, I mean, Cloudy as well going down as well. So far, yeah, SDCK holding very good at these rotations. Look at that, but however, look at Crayon. He got right in on the flank, almost able to take down. Just get the force from Sprayer, but that's not before Layla actually went down to a stab from Granger. So that's going to equalize things more or less by a few percentages. And yeah, I mean, now it's equalized things a little bit. That was a really good force. It's a really good play from Crayon, in fact. Now the bomb actually coming from middle, taking down Burn and Sprayer. So that is going to make things even easier. They're wasting no time. I think Stronate wants to lead this charge, but he hasn't got the potential, and he's going to come across Justice, gets taken down. Elocore though going down to Justice, Poker, sorry, along with the Heavy. So you know the whole combo now down for SDCK. Just that sentry that remains. So Crayon's going to waste no time. He wants to start getting some time on point there. Jackie Legs playing in the shadows, managing to take down the medic Layla. Sorry. And yeah, I mean that's going to give Sprayer the advantage. Only about 15%, not too much, but they're still going to be able to take B point without too much hassle.
I can picture for you the mumble environment in that kind of exchange there. I'm Sprayer and I'm literally screaming all the time, Scout, Soldier, everything on me, and then he dies, and then the combo goes forward because they're being screamed at and they have to go aggressive, and then they die because they got good baited there by Poker actually. But currently Joe goes down, and good rotation there from Layla, from Feila. And because they're now, like, they're picking off the players, they're actually rotating to D. It's only Layla and Poker, they're a bit vulnerable, but they're doing right now really good. Like, they're picking the players up, and Spear does not have anything. If Heavy is coming behind, no, you're at 97% or something, goodbye. Oh, this just actually, this was the round. This was the round right there, because the rotation was not, like, caught properly, and they did this, like, really well, and just with a Heavy and a Medic, they could have, like, kind of intercepted their SDCK, but they were too slow, and now, like, they even have the Uber, and this will just be an insane quick time, just because of this play, you know, like, this is how fast you can play Steel, and just from that, a very comfortable position for SDCK, they will go down in, like, 4.5 minutes or something, as, like, 3 times on the cap all the time, and getting crushed there right now, as, oh no, it's 5-0, I just have to keep talking to say that my prediction was correct, and they actually kept quite fast. Go away, score. Go away. Okay, 404. You see, 404 cap point not found because they played this pretty well. Chando, what do you think? Rotation, strong rotation there.
Such a strong rotation, really good plays there from Feila. More or less, if I may say so myself, on the like right on the ticket of, you know, what I predicted they play. You know, an AB to E push. They tried the AE, didn't work. They weren't too stubborn about it either. They realised that they are not going to get an AE. If it doesn't work the first time, it probably wasn't going to work the second time for them. So they wrap round, take the B point with pretty pretty easily with some good forces and some good suicide waves, and they're able to take that B point, and then they waste absolutely no time. They get straight in, locking down the spawn doors for SDCK. And just planting, you know, times three onto that point, and yeah, just insane rotations and just really good coordination from Feila. As we go into the next half, it's going to be SDCK now on the aggression. They're going to be capping the A point as standard. You know, for anyone that is kind of new to this, basically every single team in Highlander will just give up the A point when defending, just because it's worth the risk. You don't want to risk losing A, because then from there you can easily, if you lose too many players, push onto E, push onto B, and then you can get like a bit of a steamroll going. So they've given it up as expected, and they're all sitting around the A point now. They're going to be pushing through. They want to try this AE push. They know that they've only got 3.5 minutes. They know it's not enough time to pull off a full A, B, C, D, E push here, so they're going to have to opt for something a little different. They go onto this AE, they're getting lots of time onto there. Could Mezzo, yes he does, he gets the pick onto Sprayer. Justice as well going down. Mezzo finally getting picked off by Justice, but that's not going to matter. Burn as well going down. Brilliant frags coming in favour of Feila here at the moment. And yeah, they're just going to be able to completely wipe that AE push. With only 3 minutes left as well. They're looking very strong, looking very confident indeed. But it also puts things into a good position for Feila in the sense that SDCK are almost forced now to do an AE push. They might try and commit to B, but once they've taken B, they almost have no choice but to commit to A, and that's going to leave things very comfortable for Feila, as they can just watch the E point like a hawk and deny any attempt as Sprayer goes down once again to Mezzo, only opening up an even bigger Uber advantage for Layla and ticking the timer down even more so.
It's literally just Feila poking the finger at SDCK and saying, yeah, you have a nice defense, like SDCK are good at defending steel like this, but they're like, we adopt this strat and we do it way better because we don't even let you take the slope. You could see it before Strono just watched this and had instantly Cloudy rotating there, so they didn't get any ground, they got instantly denied before that. I mean, currently they're getting on the cap point again, so Layla and Ko are actually a bit passive currently, as like Poker gets stabbed. You see, that's what I meant. Now they get forced because they were a bit too passive. As Sprayer jumped on the point. Okay, Sprayer, you want to spawn with full health or something, I guess, but Jackie gets piped down by Joe, and yeah, another kind of failed push. So only one push left onto Mezzo, also king down with a Spycicle. So the fire is out again for another 5 seconds. Only one push left, and they will be very predictable by that. So Stick is already on the point and will be very hard for SDCK to make anything work. Like 40 seconds or something until E gets taken down, and this diversion on B might be interesting, but it will not end up in their favor. They can't actually wait until B gets capped. They have to go E right now.
I mean, I believe it takes about a minute for the point to get capped, if I'm not mistaken, and so they've really got to start making something of it now. Maybe it's a little bit less, but yeah, they have to really start doing stuff now. I mean, Feila, good opportunity, good choice, not even contesting B. They don't want to jeopardize this at all. They're just going to give it up completely. Spray going down once again to the bottom from Mezzo, able to pick Justice down as well before going down himself to a sticky by Elikor. And yeah, now they've finally taken some E control, but they haven't got those heals out, and Feila are going to be able to just let this go. I think with only 40 seconds left, I don't even think it's doable at this point. So I think that Feila will be securing the first round, and yeah, looking very confident. The semi-finals now. They've just got to win one more round, and that is it. They will be brought into the grand finals. This is their debut as well. It's really incredible performance from them. You know, over Kradu, equal incredible performances. He gets a nice quick 3k onto some incredibly important players, but it's all a little too late now for SDCK. It's all for the logs. And yeah, I mean, 8 seconds left, not enough time, and Feila are going to secure the first round here. Just got to win the second round, and that is it. They are through to the grand finals. And how incredible are Feila playing today, Domaytoe?
Well, it's taken them 9 seasons to get into the Prem playoffs, so this time they actually want to make sure that they get the Prem first medal instantly, because I don't think Joe will ever consider like actually leaving this game until he gets the first place Prem medal. That might be something, you know. So, but yeah, you said, yeah, they played like really well. They are, to be quite fair though, the MVP. We can look at the logs. I don't have to. You can literally open scoreboard right now. You look on the red team, and the guy that even got as a profile picture the spy is the guy that killed Sprayer like a billion times and absolutely denied anything from happening ever for SDCK. And just the denial, like they didn't even need a lot of frags. They just needed to kill Sprayer all the time and deny them from getting any ground at all. I mean, we can look at. Give me some insight on numbers that are made up from calculations, Chando.
Well, I don't think we're going to have time to actually look at the logs here. I think we'll probably check them all out at the end of this map. But yeah, I mean, like, without even looking at them, Domaytoe just absolutely dominating this map entirely with just some incredible backstabs and one actual butter knife from him onto Sprayer. Like, I think it was like 3 times or something like that, and it wasn't a particularly long game as well. So it's just absolutely insane what that man was able to do. And yeah, I mean, I don't even think it was so much about the kills. I don't think that there were any particularly exciting, juicy frags that we can really look into. What we can look into is just how incredible Feila are at pushing and how good they are at rotating, both on the offense and on the defense. And yeah, I mean, like, they're able to secure that very confidently. 4 minutes is just a great time. I mean, like, it's almost perfect. It is almost perfect. If not for the first failed push on AE, it would basically be perfect. So, I mean, they must be feeling very confident. Such a good feeling right now as they go into this potentially last round for them. They just got to secure this last one here. So, just for anyone tuning in now, this is the semi-finals of ETF2L Season 14 Highlander Premiership Division. Feila against SDCK. This is the second map. CP still. Feila closing in the first map, Coalplant, on a very close victory, 3-2. And currently leading 1-0 on CP still on a best of 3. So yeah, they've just got to get this last round in the bag, and then that's it. They've done it. They're through to the finals now. So as we get ready to go live now, Domaytoe, you want to kick things off maybe?
You're backpedaling like a Feila so hard. I think you might have made a lot of new and old friends, because you're like I mean, I've been glorifying them a lot, but I have to say though, on Steel, SDCK are looking quite shaky. I mean, of course, there's always the one team is playing really well, but there's also the other team maybe not playing to their full potential. And actually, the round before, I wanted to say Meso did not get spotted by Clark. He does go down though, this time by a combination of Credo and Garden Fungus there, so they don't have any calls on where SDCK will be pushing from. I think it is very easy to guess though where they will be pushing from. But yeah, it is of course in Feila's hands right now, but they're already rotating to this again. But they're going for the drop down, really good right now by SDCK, as they kind of, yeah, okay, they absolutely jinxed them there. They did not expect that at all, but they're actually wasting an entire Uber for a heavy and losing 4 players in that. So Poker saved his team there by being the only one forward against an entire team. So now the Uber comes in and they get like good idea there. Most questionable execution probably I have ever seen of this drop down push, by literally losing a team fight against the heavy. Okay, maybe the most questionable was maybe it was dropping, but you know, like in this current season, it just did not work out for them at all, Chando.
I think they definitely expected Feila to be holding a far more aggressive stance. They saw Poker and assumed, the rest of the team's going to be there, let's just go for the push. Completely not the case, as looks like they're going to be trying to change things up a little bit. We can see, hey, I hope he's still on it. It was the Pyro was playing Flog. It was Garden Fungus, that was his name. Playing the Flog there, so I don't know if that's going to change up much. Obviously, you do sacrifice that air blast, but it can be devastating if pulled off correctly. So might be trying to see something from him, so let's keep an eye on him for a bit. But you know, for the meantime, they're holding this really well. Feila just can sit back comfortably, let the timer run down a little bit. That's exactly what they're doing. They're keeping control of these pick classes as well. Granger and Burton picked off, and they're going to be holding comfortably on B at the moment. And SDCK really need to think of a different approach. I don't think that this B push is too...
Different approaches coming in.
That is one different approach indeed. A tactical pause is one approach to trying to win there. And I think what they need now is, I mean, I've got no doubt that that was from SDCK, and I assume that they just want to have a good chat and try and talk out a different strategy, because it's not working at the moment. These B pushes just don't seem to be working. Feila got some brilliant area denial and some good strategy in terms of like just holding Poker that far forward, as you said. Baited that Uber out on Poker. They used a whole Uber on him, and then they pushed forward too far, and they suffered heavily. So I'm sure this pause is more than due for SDCK to try and regroup, try and rethink how they're gonna claw this back, because it's not looking great for them at the moment. And they've got a lot to live up to at the moment. They are the two-time winners, the current. Everyone would have predicted. They are the current best team in European Highlander. So for them to go from winning twice consecutively to being knocked out in the semis would be a bit devastating, to say the least. So, I mean, Domaytoe, like, what do you think that they're going to have to do to try and claw this back now?
Okay, they have to win 2 steal rounds, and they have to win an entire map of Upward.
Well, yeah.
I just wanted to put in words that I am not feeling comfortable for SDCK at all. They have to pull so much. And they could have done it if they actually looked better on this current situation here on Steel. But the problem is it's the same way, in the same vein, again, not working for them. So it's not even that they need this quantitatively, like you can make this work, but the main problem is just that Feila is just outplaying them, like the score is just representative of what is happening. Of course they have to pull a lot as we go live again quantitatively, but instant pause again. Maybe we will do a Dia show frag now, so they can just think 10 minutes before they make 1 second of play. But what I wanted to say, you only can pull that much that the enemy team lets you do, and Feila don't actually let. Or it was only Elacore actually, and don't leave SDCK any room, as Cloudy's on a 5k right now, just killing Granger. But SDCK are committing to E again with a full Uber, so Uber coming in shortly here. Chando.
Yeah, I mean, now they want to get a bit of time onto this E point. They're doing a fairly good job, but the rotation comes in. Burn and Creed are both getting taken down. Garden Fungus as well. Middle doing a lot of work, a lot of damage being put out. Some good denial on that E side. And so, yeah, he's going to be able to back into spawn and just hold this Bournemouth by himself. Joan actually getting revolvered down by the Revolver Master himself, Granger Bob. Expect nothing less from that man. Very good spy. I mean, he wants more. He wants to pistol more, but he's going to get panned down by Cloudy. Good potential there, but Cloudy very attentive to his medic. And he's able to pick off Garden Fungus as well before getting taken down by Burn. Now Feila, out of position entirely, gets picked off by Burn. And yeah, now this is looking very good indeed for SDCK. Elacore's just going to be pushing up forward. They're going to be able to get some time. And yeah, they're going to be able to take this without any problems at all. Sprayer now on 50%. Going to have a good advantage to get the ball rolling. And that's exactly what they've needed now. They've really needed just an opportunity to steamroll. And I think that's where they come into play. SDCK are very good at keeping momentum and pushing forward and taking victory from there, and they've got the opportunity finally for some questionable positioning by Layla. So I mean, now they've already been able to take C, putting a bit of pressure on E, but nothing too much. If anything, it's just a distraction play. Some defense coming out here. Justice going down, Joan however going down as well. Stronic getting Garden Fungus, Burn as well, Granger too, loads of frags. The Uber as well coming out, and Layla's going to hold on to about 50%, but they are going to be able to take C with that, so it could be argued that it was a successful Uber there. I'm going to say it wasn't. I think that was more of a force. It played better. They could have taken that without having to use at all. As a result now, Layla's going to have that advantage. They're going to be able to set up. Whether or not they're going to, it looks like they're probably opting to hold White Room if they can get in there. SDCK, are going to be trying to be pushing in from White Room, and so they're wasting their time. They want to get some.
I agree that it was not a strike. He needed to pop there, but the problem was I wanted to say we are in the reverse scenario right now, because Feila looked bad on the first round, but then completely had this one roll and then rolled it, as I was saying. But SDCK failed to do this the same as now. Advantage fight for White Room right now, but Sprayer got out, and Poker and Joe both go down, so Picklass is completely crushing the combo, and now Sprayer has a full advantage pushing into this lobby right now. Now they can make this work. It will be a bit slower, like probably 6-minute time if they manage to like kill a Pyro that actually killed 2 of their players and completely denied a uber really strong performance right now from Strono. But Feila actually looking kind of good as Granger was making something happen, but okay, only 4 up. So they still have this hesitation moment, so as the SDCK, they need to be quicker here. They didn't roll it as much as Feila did, and this might end up in their, not in their favor in the end, as only one last push for SDCK though, sorry, for Feila, so they need to make this work.
Absolutely, and the pick to Sprayer from Poker is going to open up the potential. However, Joan and Poker both going down in the process, so it might not be enough. Layla actually going down as well, and they're doing a really good job. Elikor doing such a good job of just locking down those spawn doors, definitely. Garden Fungus cleaning up Cloudy and Strono, and yeah, they're going to be able to get that on the time 7. Very keen to get that in 5 minutes 59. So yeah, not quite as good as Feila's performance in the first round. It was 4 minutes 4 seconds, but still pretty decent, I'd say. You know, they made a few errors, but they came back from it and were finally able to get the ball rolling when they were able to take B there. And so, you know, it's definitely something that they can claw back. It's not all lost for SDCK, but we will be now seeing Feila on the attack. We've seen how strong they were in the first round there, claiming 4 minutes. Very good time indeed. Can they do the same? Let's find out indeed. Domaytoe, I mean, what are your predictions to this? Do you think Feila can repeat what they achieved last time?
It's hard to say, because I wanted to say usually you have like spiking plays, like really good play, really bad play or something like that, but at the moment both teams are playing actually at an average amount of level. I don't think both teams had like any big slip-ups, but the problem is Feila is just playing at an averagely higher level currently, which you could see that SDCK was not like making this much out of the advantage as Feila basically did in the exact same scenario. But I'm feeling comfortable for Feila, like, yeah, as you probably also a bit implied. I mean, they got quick cap time on A, it's going down instantly, and as we have seen them before, usually I'm not that content with the team because they could fail some pushes on E, but they have shown in the first round that even if they do that, they actually failed like 2 E pushes, but they still kept in like 1.5 minutes quicker than SDCK did inversely. So I think even if they lose this fight here now, they could still look good, but like they're getting so much ground again, you see like nothing is happening. Elikor is completely alone. This pop wasn't even necessary. Okay, Layla went down to 50, maybe it was necessary, but it's actually working a bit out for Sprayer because he has the better Uber, even though Elikor was... But why is this happening? Why does this work? Like, this was such a questionable decision by the defensive team by splitting up their combo, but somehow it worked out for the offense better than for the defense, even though maybe not at all. Yeah, okay, maybe not that much because they don't actually get cap time, so it's still kind of equal, but you know, it was kind of a bit interesting to see there. But right now SDCK still don't have any cap time on their E-spawn, so this was completely thwarted, this push, as they make pressure. They got the entire room right now in B, as they're probably going to cap this out. Sprayer will not contest this point whatsoever.
They made really good rotation there, going straight onto B, exactly what they did last time. They tried an E-push, didn't work out for them, made the rotation, pushed the B, and they were able to get it without any problems at all, doing it in a very good time. They still got 4 minutes to actually get the round secured, so it's more than doable. They still have more time than they did before when they were able to cap the entire round. So, you know, now they're doing quite well. Justice, Poker, sorry, getting caught out a little bit. Didn't quite expect the entire SDCK combo to be in there. And Mezzo getting the pick on the Garden Fungus as well. But now Justice playing on these white doors. He needs to start getting some time out there. Yeah, they're going to use out onto Elikor. It's going to mostly be taking down that sentry, however. So pretty good diversion there. Zamperoni positioning his sentry in such a way that I think that, like, they had to use that Uber. And he's going to be going... Is that a pause? No, I don't know. I don't know what that was. But Zamperoni going for the wrench onto Elikor there, making him feel very weak. Now, if Crayon cannot whiff his shots, he's going to go for the bat. He's still whiffing the bat shots there. He finally gets it. Finally gets it. And then Burn gets Layla as well. There was some insane whiffs there from Crayon. And yeah, I mean, like, complete failure of a push there. It's a shame, really, because they had good potential if they could have taken down Elikor sooner. But regardless of that, they are going to have to fall back a little bit. They were able to pick Burn down, and Poker in a good position as well to just deny the spawners and stuff like that. They're getting a lot of players onto the point now, getting good time. Joe is also there as well, falling very weak. But he's going to... Luckily, they've got that. They have that health pack handy to them. So yeah, they are able to just basically lock this down. They're doing such a good job at locking down. Middle's gone there as well now to provide some assistance. Burn and Justice both going down as well. So many power players. And Sprayer and Elikor, so many indeed. They're just locking down these spawn doors even better than SDCK ever could. And yeah, I mean, now they've got 2.5 minutes and they don't really have that much time left to actually cap. So, you know, this could be over in a matter of seconds. As Poker now getting a quick 3k onto Garden Fungus, Credo and Jackie Legs respectively before going down to Jackie Legs himself. Granger as well going down, and that is going to do it. That is going to do it. There we go. That is it. Ladies and gentlemen, Feila eSports, the underdogs, possibly are going to be able to take the semi-finals in this ETF2L Season 14 Premiership division, and they're going to be they're going to have a way into the grand finals now. So really well done to them. I didn't expect them to do it. At least I didn't expect them to do it so quickly, to be honest. Domaytoe, they almost had no problem at all, apart from a little slip up on the sort of like the middle part of Coalplant. You know, they had Steel so confidently. They were always in control of it, and for the most part in control of Coalplant as well. And to take out the former top dogs of European Highlander is a huge accomplishment. So
the dogs
really well done to them.
Really comfortable.
Indeed.
They got no teeth anymore. The teeth have been removed. You could see that by how quickly SDCK players left the game. You said underdogs. To be quite fair, I mean, I was opposing a slight bit in the beginning by you taking Feila. Just for the record, I did not ruin my prediction record. I just took SDCK because you took Feila. You know, like we can't take the same team.
Of course not.
But the problem was just like Feila have been consistently really decent throughout the entire season, basically. I mean, I did cast the regular season game, and I mean SDCK almost like only like kind of edged it out a little bit, but you could just see that I feel like Feila were way more hungry for that grand final. Maybe, I mean SDCK of course as well, but I feel like Feila just had way more synergy and everything to them. You could really see how the season kind of forged them a bit more in this current like scenario where you have Feila and Joe and 7 other players. But like they got their synergy down so very well, and like this is what you could see resulting here. Like this is probably what all these weeks before made them like to beat them so easily, as now we can actually look at the numbers that don't mean anything. But yeah, like what do you think? What do you think, Chando? Like this is just, I think they just got outplayed there. SDCK, like there's not a lot more to it really. Like there was no big slip up, because they slipped up a bit all the time, but not that big actually. But the problem was just, as I was saying, Feila just did play on a higher average like play style. Like they didn't like slip up or anything. They just played way more consistently and then consistently better, even though SDCK also played consistently.
I mean, yeah, I think that's pretty much right. You know, there were no major insane plays, nothing out of the ordinary particularly. There was no, you know, insane drops or anything like that. I mean, maybe Mezzo you could say stood out as one player that was, you know, consistently getting some incredible picks. But for the most part, it was just a consistent aggressions, consistently successful rotations that I think led Feila to victory on CP Still. You know, it was that we're looking at the logs now, and I mean, this is the first map where they won, you know, in such a good time, and they did incredible 4 minutes. And you know, you can see the logs do match, to be fair. Poker coming in on 13-5. Second would be Middle as well, 13-8, and Joan coming in third on 12-6, all with very good damage outputs. So you can see like the core damage dealers doing a ton of work, and Cloudy actually as well coming in on 10-6. And mirrored somewhat by the SDCK combo, Elikor on 10-7 and Justice on 9-11. So looking at those sort of top 6, you can see that like the damage was there, but I don't think that was what led them to victory. More would probably be the fact that they've had just such incredible teamwork, very good pushes, very good rotations, and if we're looking at the second logs as well, you'll probably see the same thing.
Yeah, we will see the same thing. This is good transition because we just looked at the cold hard numbers, like no emotions at all, but we will have some mixed emotions, I think, coming in, and this is what actually matters. Take note, because it is not about numbers on a screen or people telling you that you're bad because numbers, but it is all about emotions. It is all about teamwork, because we actually have people coming here for interview, Chando. I'm happy.
Definitely. So it is my great pleasure to welcome team leader Clark from SDCK, team leader Joan from Feila eSports, and their sniper Cloudy as well. Currently all here. So let's start off with Clark. Clark, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great because Liverpool won today against Manchester City, so I'm happy.
That's good. I mean, did you come into this match with high hopes? I think that's the most important question.
Not really, especially not when I found out that we'll have 3 subs. Well, 2 subs really, but Fungus doesn't really count as a sub because he's played for us for like a year on main. So yeah, we weren't really worried. We knew like you can't play Steel with 3 Mercs and expect to win against a team that screams so much. So yeah.
Definitely. I mean, that would have probably led me into like my sort of second question, which was about the fact that you were running 3 subs. Did you notice a difference? I mean, I know, if I'm not mistaken, Samburn being your main caller and Yahoo doing tons of work. I mean, Garden Fungus did an equally good job, but like, do you think that impacted heavily as well on such a defeat?
No.
Be aware, Clark. Be aware that there was an objectively seen difference that could be felt before your answer.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I thought the subs did well individually. Just the teamwork that wasn't there really, and the passion. Like we had like a spark of passion when we like made that little comeback on Coalplant, but after that it was just gone. Everyone just wanted to finish the game as soon as possible.
Definitely. Anyway, it's a real shame. Commiserations for the loss there, but good luck for the future seasons as SDCK will take the 3rd place of this Highlander season 14. But speaking of passion, I've never met someone more passionate when it comes to playing in Highlander than Joe N. So let's welcome Joe N into the interview room. And I mean, you must be pretty ecstatic, to be honest. You must be absolutely over the moon about this victory.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, this was so obvious that I was expecting nothing else.
Could have been better. That's the problem.
I was just about to say, yeah, you dropped 2 rounds on Coalplant.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, the power couple, kind of went one way. Layla dropped, so what can you do? Last second.
Well, I mean, it was a real shame.
What a surprise! But also 6 players for 2 rounds of Coalplant. It was interesting to see. Like Clark, I just have to say, I mean, you definitely like figured that out yourself during the match. Like Sprayer did so much work for you. Like in this entire match, Coalplant as well. Like consistently 5 players on Sprayer, and he did not die to 5 players coming in from Feila. It was absolutely insane. But yeah, like I don't know, kind of my question, Joe. I mean, it is actually the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that you are on the Prem player. So I feel, of course,
if it's all good.
Yeah, but as Feila,
Yes, as Feila, yes.
Kind of calmly talking there, but of course there is a Prem title in the near future, and I think this might be up for the grabs. What do you think in the grand final?
Yes, of course, because we have the best sniper. So we're going to win easy.
And he's in here as well. Cloudy, man,
He
how are you
is.
doing?
Hello, I'm very good, thank you. Ask me a question.
Great. Oh yeah.
Ask me another question.
I mean,
Did you feel challenged at all? The match?
Yeah, actually, but I think everybody played absolutely out of their minds. Like, we played, this is like the best I've ever seen us play. Like, when we went 2-up on Coalplant and then we lost that round, like, normally, like, classic failure is to just everybody gets their heads down and we can't recover from that and then we'd end up losing. But we, like, eventually sort of, like, we kept going, you know? That's, like, really out of character for us. But it's like, we, like, actually picked it up and got there. So I'm, like, really impressed with everybody. And, yeah, everybody just, like, the circumstances are kind of a shame, like, with SDCK not having all of their main roster, but I still think that doesn't detract from the fact that we all played, like, really, really well today.
yeah, and this is definitely, from my experience of playing, well, of casting you guys, it's definitely the best I've ever seen you play as a team, and both in terms of, I mean, also in terms of individual performance as well. Some insane plays from just about every single player on your team, so, you know, definitely well deserved there. And just before we wrap it up, you know, final question, do you think that this is, you know, like a new stage for Feila? You know, you're often in the past sort of been seen as like the not bottom Prem, but never quite top Prem. So do you think like now people will see you in a different light and you can go on and actually start being, you know, one of the major players in European Highlander?
To all the 10 players that are still paying like, attention to this community, that is.
I think that this final is ours to win, and that we're definitely on the front foot.
Against your former team, Cloudy, on stream.
Yeah, man, I think they're gonna have a tough. I think they're gonna have a tough time with this.
Yeah, easy 2-0.
Yeah. Like with this momentum, and if we play like anything near that against Strong Opinions, we'd definitely have like an amazing chance of doing this.
Well, I wish you guys the very best of luck for the grand finals. So yeah, I mean, just to wrap it up for everyone on the stream, this is it. This is Feila eSports defeating the former Premiership winners SDCK, going to be advancing to the grand finals against Strong Opinions. So dates will be revealed at a later time there, but I do believe that's going to wrap things up. Does anyone have any shout outs, Clardy?
Everyone.
Yeah, man. You should go down the list.
Yeah.
Go on then,
I'm sure
Clark.
Clark has some.
Okay, shout out to SDCK, shout out to Fungus, Credo, and Elcor. Thank you for subbing in today on such short notice. Thank you to Feila for a good game, and thanks to Liverpool Football Club. That's it. Thanks.
All right, sweet. Anki?
Shout out to KritzKast for putting on an amazing show as they always do. Shout out to SDCK, and I'm kind of sad about the circumstances, but they still gave us a massive challenge. And shout out to everybody on my team, and shout out to CK.
Brilliant. And finally, Joe.
Shout out to Murphy. Sorry we won.
Correct.
All right. Okay, that was short, Joe, but okay, all good.
Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, that's how we like it. So that is going to do it, guys. Thank you so much for the interviews, and
Shout
yeah,
out
like I
to
say,
Mezzo.
very best of luck there. And Domaytoe, sorry, I almost forgot
No,
Domaytoe.
shout out to Mezzo.
Shout out to Mezzo.
Also, yeah, I don't know. Shout out to Spymains in general. You know, this is always what I shout out because easy. That's how you win games. We can see this from these logs. But yeah, anyway, these are my shout outs. Keeping it short. Also, Budget Toucans. Woo!
All right, and best of luck to Budget Toucans, who I believe will be advancing to the high grand finals. Probably easy game, but nonetheless, wish them luck. Anyway, guys, I believe that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you all the viewers for stopping by as well. Hope you've enjoyed tonight's match as much as we have. And just a couple of shout-outs from me. I think we're still on the lookout for applicants for casting and production. So if you feel like that's something you want to do, you think you've got potential in the sort of the field, it's very easy to pick up, and we're always looking for enthusiastic people within the community. So links will be provided in the Twitch chat, courtesy of Foppish, hopefully. So, don't hesitate to get in contact with us. And a quick reminder of our KritzKast Patreon. We're working really hard to try and up the productions, get as much as we can for you guys, get as many casts. And there's also podcasts and plenty of other stuff that isn't competitive and whatnot. So if it's something that you're interested in and you want to show your support, again, links will be in description. That is a wrap, guys. I've been Chando. I've been joined by Domaytoe. And big shout out as well to Foppish, doing a great job on productions once his first time. So yeah, thanks so much, guys. Take care.
Was it? Was it the first
Goodbye.
time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice, man.
Hi, old beaver! Away!